Welcome to Two Tipsy Plants, the podcast where we talk plants.
And drink booze.
My name is Sasha. We kind of grew into each other this time around, you know? Not my name is Sasha and my name is Sasha. My name is Sasha. All right. This episode is special. Well, we thought we'll make...
Very spontaneous as well.
Yeah, actually, it's quite spontaneous, yes. And we will try to do a video podcast this time around.
Yeah, let's see how many fuck-ups we will do this time.
Yeah, let's see how... I might give up, like, you know, in the middle of editing. I'll be like, no, screw this, I'm not doing video, but we'll try our best. But, yes, because this episode is coming up right before Halloween, or on Halloween, I can't remember. Monday... Can't remember. Anyway, it's coming out around that time of the season. So we thought we'll make an episode about creepy plants.
If you haven't picked up on that yet.
Yeah. Creepy plants and superstitious plants and just everything creepy and plant world and Halloween related, call it that way, and witchcraft actually. But, I mean, doesn't matter what topic we are talking about.
Yeah.
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 Wine always comes first.
Once again, welcome to our journey through the fascinating world of plants and their connection to Halloween.
And booze.
And booze. So today is going to be different because it wasn't me who was buying the bottle of wine. So Sasha,
okay,
what do we drink today?
I don't know.
It's fine,
Today is a
worry.
lucky pick because we have a stash of wine hidden and I was just like, oh, Max, can you grab some wine? And he's like, oh yeah, sure. And he grabbed 2 whites that are not chilled, so we will have to...
It's a spooky white.
Yeah, we will have to...
It's a spooky warm white, but it's fine. The wine today is Satyr from Hawke's Bay. The paddock, I assume, is Kereru, and the grape is Chardonnay. Vintage
Kereru
2022.
All right.
It's elegantly expressed on the nose with apricots, figs, lemon peel, and nougat characters with a hint of oatmeal complexity. At least that's what it says on the website.
Wine is wine today. Today is also a Monday. We are recording on Monday because it is Labor Day in New Zealand, so it's a day off. So
yeah, everybody else is laboring and we're drinking.
Hey, you did go to a sale, didn't you?
Garage sale.
Garage sale, yeah. And I came back from Hamner Springs. We had a really nice time away. So
It
yeah.
was nice. I don't think I'm going to be able to pass it to you.
No,
So.
don't burn yourself, please.
Yes, I have a ring of fire protecting from me, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, let's sniff this one up.
I mean, it smells like Chardonnay.
Smells like Chardonnay. Slightly buttery.
I would have preferred it a little bit cooler, but it's actually not too bad. I thought it would be
Mm.
a bit more
I think I like
disgusting
this
because
one.
it's not cool.
But yeah, I can see the apricots, the figs. Nougat? Not really.
No, it's very apricot, definitely. And it's buttery, like it's not super...
It's not like super buttery
Yeah.
like your buttery Chardonnays. It has like slight amount of oiliness.
butter.
Oiliness to it. All right, so let's dive.
Did you see my little pumpkin that I
I've
brought?
seen your little pumpkin. It's really cute.
I do not have any Halloween decorations just because we don't really celebrate Halloween. We just sometimes dress up and, you know, have a party. But I have a little pumpkin,
And
a
do you
glass pumpkin, so yes.
And do you happen to know why pumpkins are associated with Halloween?
No, can you tell me why?
I don't know. Am I up to it? Sure. Let me just put my glasses on. So yeah, pumpkins, to begin with, during your research, where most of the myth came from for you?
What do you mean?
Like, most of the plants are connected to some kind of mythology.
Well, mine are kind of random. A lot of my plants are about witchcraft, but some of them are just sort of superstitions about plants.
So when it comes from witchcraft, which country is the most mentioned?
So mostly it's pagan witchcraft.
Which is originating from
I don't know.
druidship.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's Celtic origin,
Yeah.
same as the Halloween. The history,
Ah.
yep. So Irish. Thank you, Irish people, for Halloween that we are celebrating now.
So tell me, because I don't know why, but in my head, I remember something about pumpkins being like originally the carvings on the pumpkins were done to ward off evil.
Yep, that's
Is
what
that
I'm.
correct?
Yep,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
okay.
trying to get into.
Okay.
So yeah, the carved pumpkins, also called jack-o'-lanterns, and the history of jack-o'-lanterns is associated with Halloween, which is associated with Halloween, is rooted in Irish myths about Stingy Jack. According to the legends, Jack outwitted the devil, and for his own benefit. And when he died, neither God nor devil wanted to just slide. Sasha, roll sleight of hand.
Okay, I roll, I don't know, D15.
Natural one.
Yeah, natural one, definitely. It's
So, yeah,
fine. Life is fine. Everything is fine. I rolled natural one. Sorry.
So yeah, Jack outwitted the devil, and for his own benefit. But when he died, neither God nor devil wanted to accept him to their realms, so he was doomed to
Be stuck on Earth.
roam the earth
Okay.
for eternity.
Yeah.
And to ward off his spirits, Irish began carving demonic faces on vegetables, not pumpkins, like just vegetables. It started with turnips and like courgettes and stuff, but when they brought it to America, the most readily available fruit was pumpkin.
Yeah.
Pumpkin, where's my pumpkin?
And now we have a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin as a thing. But yes, they also put candles inside their vegetables, so it looks creepy.
Nice. Yeah, I thought I knew that, but I couldn't remember quite the whole story. But thank you. That's very interesting. It's always good to know origins of different things.
Yeah. So it's originated in
Ireland.
older Ireland.
Yeah.
It's a Celtic festival known Samhain.
Some. I think so. Pronunciation. Sound. Is that correct?
Sound.
Sound. Okay.
Sound. So it's sound.
Wow.
It sounds to be sound.
All right. That's interesting. Thank you, Sasha.
Thank you, Sasha.
Thank you, Sasha, for listening. Thank you, Sasha, for educating.
Thank you, Sasha, for reading.
Yeah.
Let me see something. Okay.
Cool. So I have one myth that actually, so apparently it's a superstition about plants, but I actually have a science to back this superstition up with. So apparently, plants above ground crops during waxing moon and below ground crops during waning moon.
Waxing, not waxing.
No, there's waxing and there's waning.
Like waxing as like peel your hair off you. I think it's vex, not wax. Like waxing.
That's what I'm saying. Waxing.
No, but all good. All good. I'm just being.
You're just being a butthole. Yes.
Yes, I'm just being a penis. I'm just being a Richard.
So apparently that's superstition, and the common belief is the moonlight increases or decreases each night, affecting which plant part would grow best. So increasing moonlight, a waxing moon, was believed to encourage the tomatoes, winter squashes, cucumbers, corn, and peppers, and decreasing moonlight, a waning moon, was believed to encourage growth of bulbs, tubers, and pretty much everything that grows underground. There is actually a scientific thing to back this up with. So you know how full moon draws water to it, and
you
obviously...
are stealing my episode.
Well, you can always add to it.
Okay.
But it's just, I found it funny because like I found this and I'm like, well, actually, it is backed by science that the full moon draws water and new moon doesn't.
Well, the distance of moon to Earth is resulting in tides, and different phases of moon results in kin tides.
Yeah.
And whatever is connected to your ocean is connected to your groundwater as well.
Yeah.
So when moon is closer, it's pulling the groundwater closer to the surface, so your fruit is going to be a bit more ripe.
Well,
Like
hence- yeah,
you
hen-
would not harvest your, for example, spinach during the daytime because it's going to be wilted. Like it's just an analogy.
Yeah.
And you would harvest it during the nighttime. It's going or evening time. It's going to be more crisp.
Yeah.
And that's the same idea behind harvesting on
With moon,
With
like
the moon,
different phases of moon. Yeah. But also, like, I understand why planting your plants with waxing moon, like above ground plants, you will have more water to it, so the plant is well watered. But then whatever is underground, it doesn't really like to be in sogging wet water. So hence, on a waning moon, you can actually. Is it making too much noise? It's okay. So on a waning moon, it just sort of makes the ground less wet. Hence, all your roots plants are doing much better.
So what made me think about this topic is vineyards and their approach. You know different approaches of vine growing, not wine growing. There is like regular.
Well, vines make wine.
Yeah. So there is a regular vine growing approach, like fertilizers and everything, and then there is organic, which does not.
There's what is it called?
And there is a biodynamic.
Biodynamic, yeah, that's
which
right.
is very much like witchcraft, wizardry, everything moon related, and like.
So do they take all the aspects?
They take all the moon aspects into consideration while they are like harvesting, while they're pruning, while they are like it's everything. So what is biodynamic actually? It is it's based on teachings of Australian philosopher Rudolf Steiner. It's a holistic approach that views the vineyards as a self-sustaining ecosystem where all elements are interconnected. So they would never use any kind of fertilizer or pesticide in order to fertilize their soil. They would just recycle whatever the clippings they are, unless they're diseased, then that will be burned.
I guess they'll also use like sheep for.
They would use sheep manure, composting.
Yeah, but I mean, even the sheep for like helping them take off all the dead leaves. I actually found it really cool how like you can use your stock to do that. Yeah,
they will use sheep for like because they would plant something in between the grape rows. So in order to maintain the height of it, sheep will be grazing. It's like free lawnmowers. And in order sheepies, not sheeps.
sheeps,
not sheeps. In between the wine rows, nice. And in order to get rid of pests, sometimes they would just use like high potent teas to ward them off. Yeah.
To be very honest with you, I've only tried a couple of biodynamic wines with you. Can't remember if I was impressed or not. So probably wasn't.
It's really hard to find biodynamic wines that are very shit, to be honest, but they do have their special earthiness.
It's very hard to find wine that is very shit in New Zealand, so, you know.
Clean skin.
Well, I mean, clean skin is your
Australian
lottery.
Anyways, yeah.
It's a lottery, so yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
Cool. That's interesting. So I guess that's not really witchcraft, but it is kind of witchcraft with plants and the wine, which is very appropriate for the topic, Sasha.
Because, like, did you want to add anything before I go into the lunar cycles?
Ooh, no, but you can, go ahead.
So so main thing that they're using is lunar cycles, and during the planting and harvest, they do planting and harvesting. When scratch that, biodynamic farmers and winemakers pay close attention to the phases of the moon when planting and harvesting. The lunar calendar is divided into 4 main phases, which are new moon, first quarter, full moon, and last quarter. So each phase is believed to have specific impacts on plant growth and vitality. For example, some practitioners prefer to plant during the new moon and harvest during the full moon for optimal results.
Supercharged grape wines.
There are also different concepts like root day and fruit day and bud day. And so what are those? in dynamic farming, the lunar calendar is further divided into root days and fruit days.
Mm-hmm.
Root days are considered ideal for activities that involve the plant's underground part, such as pruning and fertilizing.
So I'm assuming that is done on a waning moon as well, like a decreasing moon. Okay.
Yep. And the fruit days, on the other hand, are believed to enhance the growth of and development of the above ground part of the plant, like grapes themselves. Also, that's when they will host most of the events for wine tasting, because it is thought to make the wine taste better for some reason. So yeah, if you want to try your wines and like
Go there on the full moon.
if you want to try your wines and be like very snobby about it, do the fruit day or the bud day, flower day.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a witchcraft in real life, I guess. With wine. Yeah. Cool. Is that it?
I mean, new moon says that it promotes the seed activation and energy accumulation. New moon. And the full moon is promoting maximized ripening and energetic culmination. Whatever that is.
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, full moon is always associated with the full energy, and new moon is always associated with new beginnings and low energy and stuff. Interesting.
Okay,
interesting.
Let's get out of the witchcraft into the other type of witchcraft.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, one of the things that I found is apparently planting peppers, like hot peppers, when you are mad will make the peppers hotter.
When you are mad.
Yeah, when you're like actually angry.
Oh.
It's like,
Red hot
do you know what I imagine? Like, you know how in The Sims, the game, when they're angry, like they do something, they like stomp and stuff. And I imagine a person planting their peppers the same way. They're like, you know, like blabbering to themselves. And
I
angry.
just imagine the witch just throwing, instead of potions, she's throwing seeds into the ground. You bastard!
Yeah. Didn't find any like backing to that, but
It's just a fun idea.
Yeah. A couple of unlucky plants. So one of them is Ajuga reptans. Do you know what Ajuga is? It's a ground covering plant. It grows in New Zealand as well. Like we use it in landscaping a lot. And it spreads like strawberries pretty much.
Suckers. Okay.
Yeah, like it does the whatever you call them.
Suckers.
Yeah. It's also called buggle. Apparently it's also known as baby rattle or carpenter's herb. It's a ground covering plant, and it actually loves both the sun and the shade. So apparently one of the tales is that if you take these flowers into your house, it may cause a fire. Yes. How? Why? No idea. So if you guys have a juga growing outside, do not bring it into the house because it might cause a fire. Just like Sasha almost did it earlier today with dropping the camera on the candles, almost.
Thank you for throwing me under the bus / onto the candle.
Did you bring a juga into the house?
I brought myself. I'm worse.
Yeah. Do you have other plants? Because I've got quite a few as well.
Shall we cover sage?
Okay, you go.
Did you do sage?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, it's just like very typical. You see it in every witchcraft movie and in every sense shop.
Well,
incense shop.
exorcism also.
Every exorcism movie, every chakra cleansing experience is going to have white sage, which is Salvia officinalis, which has cleansing and purifying. Not effects, properties to it. Yes, thank you, Sasha.
I'm actually having more wine than you are, and I'm doing slightly better.
Maybe that's why, because it helps you. And yeah, it originates in Europe and the Mediterranean and North America. It is used in rituals clearing negative energy. So yeah, usually people use it in all the American or in like TV series. They just light it up and just go through the house and make ghosts cough. I don't know.
I once tried to do it with just normal sage, not your
It
white
smells
sage.
like weed.
Exactly. So once I tried that, I'm like, no, actually, I think there is a reason why people use white sage and not just normal sage.
I think there
for
is
this
a
sort
reason
of
why
things.
ghosts don't want to stay in the house after the saging, because it smells like shit.
Does it?
Well, I think so, but maybe the ghosts do the same.
I can't remember what it smells like.
Yeah, and in Russia, you can have the bundle of sage and put it in the corners of your house, which will ward off
The
evil
evil.
spirits as well. Evil.
Mm.
And spiders.
Shalfei, that's sage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember what it is in Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
there is that.
Sticking to that same sort of group of plants, sages and stuff, rosemary.
Oh.
So
Apparently it helps people grow their hair these days if you make
Does it?
rosemary water
Ah.
and spray it on your head. Don't spray it on your palms.
on your pants.
I think we are quoting Chewbacca way too often.
Yeah. So yeah, rosemary. In Middle Ages, apparently it was hung at the doorways to ward off evil spirits. Again,
I think everything that is smelling slightly on a potent side is warding off evil spirits.
yeah. Well, rosemary smells nice though. And then obviously it is still used to this day. It is still used to be thrown into the grave or to put onto the coffin. For when you are saying goodbye to the person, because it shows that the person will not be forgotten, which makes it very interesting, because also rosemary is used in witchcraft, which
And in cooking.
and in cooking, yeah, obviously, and apparently rosemary helps with your memory. And it is used with memory witchcraft, related memory witchcraft and stuff. So it kind of all relates, how like you would put it on in someone's grave or into someone's coffin, saying that you will not be
memory,
forgotten. Yeah. And obviously today it is used as a very, very lovely herb. I love rosemary.
I love rosemary too. Can you imagine if they used rosemary and thyme for the burials, and then like accidentally the coffin ends up in a hot spring and it becomes a nice soup?
This is a very creepy episode, eh?
It's true. By the way, have you heard about it? About the Victorian, what is it? Victorian punch, I think it is, or something.
Is that people?
It is what we have talked about. So they would put people in sarcophagus and
Make a soup out of them?
they would embalm them, like, and then a bit later, some time passes, and they put the straw in, and apparently it had interesting notes to it and flavor. So they had to put fences around the not mausoleums or sarcophaguses. What do they call it? Those in every old time movie you see there is a coffin and there is a house around it. Mausoleum?
Well, I'm thinking that's a mausoleum, isn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's fine. So mausoleum. So they had to protect it, not
Because people will go and
yeah. They try not to protect the life from the dead, but
dead from the living.
yes.
Well,
it's
as
creepy.
they say,
Why people are so creepy?
well, as they say, don't be afraid of the dead, be afraid of the living.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Do you have a plant to
Yes.
hit me with?
Hit me with your best plant.
Hit me, baby, with your plant.
I have the witch's drug, which is henbane.
Sasha, ketchup.
It is a plant with hallucinogenic properties that have both fascinated and terrified people for centuries. Hence, been scientifically known as the
Sorry.
Hyoscyamus niger, not the other one. And it's a member of the nightshades family, which contains potent alkaloids, including hyoscine, hyoscyamine, and atropine.
Refer back to our previous episode.
Plants that are toxic to your pets.
Even though, well, I mean, nightshades can be toxic to people as well. So yeah, we did dip into that quite a bit in our previous episode. Yeah.
Yeah, and these compounds can induce powerful hallucinations as well, which is fun.
Great.
And witchcraft, it was used by witches in witchcraft and flying ointments as well.
Flying ointments.
Hallucinogenic
Oh,
flying
yeah.
ointments.
Fair enough. Fair. Yep.
Yeah, historical use of that is through the witchcraft, creating flying ointments that will send shivers down your spine. From spiritual journeys to the sinister purposes, the plant's dark side is a matter of concern. Yeah, just be careful with the henbane. It's quite toxic and poisonous. So yeah, there is that.
Well,
Another thing about witches flying on their brooms. Did you see that video recently?
Thank you.
On the
Sorry, I'm just like sitting here hinting on Sasha.
yeah.
Give me some more wine. What video?
There was like a quick reaction of like on TikTok, I think it was.
To someone flying a broom.
No, like why it was called riding, like why women were demonized, and
Okay.
and were called witches because they were actually caught riding a broom. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Oh. Is that one of those cheeky jokes?
Yeah, so they were riding a broom and obviously they were possessed, so they had to be burned.
Well, yeah. Didn't women have like hysterias and stuff that needed
Yeah.
to be cured? And all
Yeah,
that?
their clitoris had to be cut off in order to cure the hysteria. Beautiful.
Damn medieval times.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if your man cannot if your man cannot please you, even if it makes you ride the broom.
Great. Actually, speaking of women and witchcraft and all of that,
And riding brooms?
and riding brooms, yeah. Parsley. I've got parsley next on my list. Petroselinum crispum. Made it sound like I actually meant to make it sound like that. Apparently, did you know that it was known as devil's herb as well?
For me it is. I really hate
Oh, do you not
parsley.
like parsley?
No.
Oh. Do you like coriander?
No.
Oh. Okay. You're one of those
tastes
people.
like soap.
I actually like coriander. To me, mango tastes like soap.
Well, I think that depends on the variety of mango that you're eating.
Possibly, yeah. Like, I don't mind mango flavored things, but I don't like the fruit itself. Right. So, parsley. Superstition had it that its seeds took too long to germinate because they had to go to the devil and back 9 times before sprouting. I actually don't know. Do parsley seeds take that long to germinate?
I've never tried to grow it from seed.
Yeah. So apparently only women were supposed to plant parsley seeds.
They're the most patient ones.
And only when the parish church bells were ringing. So you couldn't plant it when the bells were not ringing. Many shunned it altogether, the parsley. However, believing to sow it was to invite death into the family before the end of the year.
Shun the non-believer.
So old witches prescribed the eating of parsley thrice daily for 3 weeks if a pregnant woman wished to stop being pregnant. Apparently.
Stop being pregnant right now.
So yeah, and apparently placing a sprig of parsley on your forehead was considered a fail-safe headache cure or hangover preventative. Like devil, devil's herb, or might as well clear my hair, my hangover with it.
Stick it on your forehead.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I never knew that it takes that long to germinate for parsley seeds, but maybe
I
it
didn't
does.
know it takes that long to cure a hangover.
But also, like, once you have parsley in your garden, you can...
You have it.
Yeah, you just have it, exactly. So, because it produces 1,001 seeds.
Yeah, it self-seeds like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that was my segue into, women and witchcraft and parsley, the devil's herb.
My next herb is Earl, is enchanter's herb. Which is herb, which is vervain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Verbena scientifically known as Verbena officinalis.
Have we spoken about it before?
Have we spoken about the meaning of the word officinalis?
You can get it in the shops, I think. As in, it was used. I think because you can grow it, it was sold in shops. I think that's what officinalis mean. I think.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think we've spoken about verbena officinalis
Oh yeah,
before.
we have talked
Was it the
about
Harry
it like
Potter episode? Oh, not Harry Potter, but the plants in
mythology.
pop culture.
Yeah, I'm sure we have talked about verbena in at least 3 episodes.
All right.
It appears quite often.
Yeah.
It has. So Verbena officinalis has enchanted civilizations for centuries. Its story begins with ancient Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, and Celtic Druids who revered it for its mystical properties. I need to breathe sometimes.
Breathe, Sasha, breathe.
I know it's a spooky episode, but it doesn't mean that somebody has to die. Bavarian's primary role was to protect believers against evil spells, negative elegies. It was used to purify sacred places such as altars, ceremonial implements, temples, and private dwellings.
You sound like you're running.
Well, I think we're just burning off all the oxygen with all the candles.
I can open the window if you're too hot.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm burning in hell, but I'm fine.
I'm just preparing myself. Yeah, there is that. So yeah, similar to sage.
Yeah. I do have quite a few plans, but I thought that maybe we'll keep this episode relatively short, and then we'll open the discussion and keep it.
And then we will open the window.
I can open the window if you want.
No, it's fine. I'm just pulling the leg, and obviously a table.
But anyway, so I'll talk about one last plant, and then if you want, you can cover another one, and then we'll just open the discussion and talk about a couple of things without actually the script. Not the script, but the research. So, hawthorn, which is a tree. Actually, there are a lot of sacred trees in mythology, witchcraft.
Oak.
Oaks, birches, beeches. Like, there are so many.
Sacred bitches.
Bitches, yeah. So hawthorn, Crataegus laevigata, is a tree which is native to Western and Central Europe, from Great Britain to Spain and Czech Republic and Hungary. So hawthorn is regarded as a magical tree throughout the Western Europe. It usually is associated with love and heart and lust. Its flowers believed to have aphrodisiac aroma. Please do not eat any flowers because I don't know if they're edible or not. So all leaves, flowers, and berries were used as a tonic to benefit circulation and regulation of blood pressure, making hawthorn associated with heart medicinal properties and magical properties as well. Excuse me. So hawthorn also is considered as a portal tree.
Hawthorn?
Hawthorn. Hawthorn. Apparently, if it grows alongside an oak and an ash, it is believed to be sacred to fairies.
Sacred tree or to open a portal into the fairy realm.
Yes, exactly. You've actually read my script, believe it or not. Or have you done research on it as well? No. So yeah, it's played a big part for fairies of Beltane. And to sleep under a hawthorn tree at Beltane was to gain entrance to the fairy realm. Beltane is one of the festivals and celebrations of the year as well.
Beltane is one of the quests in Baldur's Gate. Sounds like it. No, it's not.
Oh.
She almost believed me.
Yeah, almost did. You freaking, yeah, I'm too gullible, I guess. So yeah. And hawthorn bark and berries are used in love spells and potions.
I just now remembered, probably Rosemary speaking, but
Okay, sorry, it took me a while.
You need to have some rosemary too. Back in ancient Rome, they used to have a tree that produced flowers that were edible, and they were used for
Opening portals as well.
no. They were used as preventing pregnancies. So
I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
yeah, and I think they recently found it again. So they used to just have like it took a seed, and there was no hormonal effects on the person or anything, and it's cool that people used to use actual nature to help them with that. And well, I guess in Roman orgies and Greek orgies, you had to find something that helps with that.
Well, I mean, also we covered it before, but like the actual contraceptive pill.
Thank you, contraceptive. I was trying to find a word.
The contraceptive pill that like women take today was derived from yams. Like the actual compound was derived from yams, which is another plant as well.
Potato.
Yeah. Would you like to cover another plant, or would you like to open the discussion?
I would like to open a bottle. A bottle.
I
would like to open a bottle.
Did you say a portal? No, I said a bottle. A bottle of wine.
A bottle of water.
Okay.
My magic wand is unstable.
Yeah, you need pills for that. Right. So opening up the discussion, I mean.
Yes, open the discussion.
I have two topics, I guess, to talk about. One is the superstitions related to plants. Like I know a couple that come from like, you know, where we are from. But also another one is the plants that are associated with like witchcraft and Halloween and stuff. What are you doing?
Sneak attack.
Are you trying to open the window? Dude, I offered you to open the window like ages ago. Now just do the, just open the, yeah. Oh my god, the whole thing is shaking. Did you have some of that sage?
No.
What I was saying? The superstitions related to plants. So one of them, I mean, it could be new for some people. Some people might know it, but like in Russia, and I'm assuming in a lot of Slavic countries, if you want to give flowers to someone, you shouldn't be giving an even number of flowers to that person because it's an omen of death. Because at funerals, you would usually use an even number of flowers to put
on a grave.
On the grave, yeah. Like, and it's usually the carnations, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That are used as well. Yeah. What other superstitions can you think of related to plants?
You have put me on a spot. Don't plant birch trees in your garden because that will bring tears.
Well, I mean, it's kind of backed by science, isn't it? If you have
Hay
hay
fever.
is that an actual thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. What about hugging a birch tree?
That's just typical Russian thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna go into the forest and hug the birch tree because I love my nation so much.
Do you know that hugging trees is actually quite common? Not only, obviously, hugging birches in Russia, but I mean, because, you know, humans always we are always drawn to nature, and hugging trees is a way to feel closer to the nature. Yeah. The other superstition that I could think about is yellow flowers. Like if you gift someone yellow flowers, like you shouldn't be giving yellow flowers to your loved ones, like your partner, because that means that you will break up. It's an omen of breaking up.
Oh.
Yep.
Note to self.
But another thing that I wanted to talk about as well is like plants. If you think about any like witchcraft or wizardry movies and plants that are associated with them, it's usually, I'm thinking ivy, because ivy usually, you know, entangles everyone. And to be honest, I see why it's used in witchcraft as a creepy plant, because it's a freaking creepy creeper. And if you have ivy in your garden, it will take over everything. And I mean everything.
Your life, your garden, your money,
Your kids, your money,
your time,
your car.
and your health, because some of the varieties of ivy is fucking poisonous.
But also people with hay fever can be allergic to it because it produces
Great.
some sort of pollen. Like if you shake it, it's the brown pollen that it produces. Yeah.
It has flowers, so.
Yeah. I started rewatching Chilling Adventures of Sabrina,
Mm-hmm.
and in one of the episodes with the demon, like she opened this configuration
Yeah.
and then released the demon, and she used foxglove to go back to sleep, to go in the sleep and find the demon
Yeah.
and stuff. And I'm like, because we've covered foxglove.
Yeah, she died.
Well, she didn't. No.
Like, if it was a real life, she's dead.
Yeah.
Girl is dead.
I don't know how much it will take you, because she's like, oh, like you take too much, you'll die. But foxglove is not a cure for insomnia, so
No.
yeah, I don't
So
think
that was interesting.
Yeah, that was really interesting, and I was like, I'm like, fact checking, Yeah. And actually, both in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina and the Harry Potter mandrakes were used.
Yeah.
And we've actually covered that before as well.
Yeah, in completely different sense, though. Like in Harry Potter, it was screaming herb, whereas in Sabrina, it was a body double, essentially.
Well, yes and no, because see, in Harry Potter, it was a human-looking like herb. Well, it looked like a human and it was screaming. It's the kids, neighbors'
Yeah.
kids. I mean, not them were screaming.
It's neighbors' kids. Mandrakes.
No, because Sasha opened the window a little bit and we could hear neighbors' kids. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, because Mandrake looked like a person and was like, a screaming baby. And in Sabrina, it was used as a body double because it looked like a human as well. So you would use Mandrake to make a body double. So it's still kind of related, and it was kind of...
Just use bloody clay.
But then it won't move. It's not...
What do you mean? Every magical movie uses clay, but it kind of results in a golem rather than body double, so...
Yeah. That's kind of all that I have. I do have a couple more plants, but yeah. Actually, we might, if you want to, we might finish with orchids.
Sure, let's do that, because I have no idea what is the superstition about orchids.
I mean, it's kind of, we've already talked about it. So orchids are always associated with fertility and sickness and everything like that. Apparently, the word orchis is derived from Greek word for testicles.
Yeah, that was covered in an episode about orchids.
Yeah, so please don't try this at home. Yeah. But apparently, if you eat small orchid tubers while pregnant, please do not do it. Please. But this is like the story. If you eat small orchid tubers while pregnant, you'll give birth to a baby girl. But then if your sperm donor eats large ones, the large tubers of orchids, you will give birth to a son.
You will give birth to an orchid.
Yeah, through your butt.
Oh my gosh,
So yeah.
it blooms for me.
Yeah, but I mean,
Poor.
wherever you go, wherever you different stories and different folklore, orchids are always associated with like love and lust and
Fertility
and
and penetration.
and sex and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and on that
arousing note,
not very creepy note, I think we might end this creepy plants in Halloween special episode. What do you think?
it was quite sporadic, but hey, it was quite spontaneous.
Hey, I
episode
think
as
we've
well.
done well though for a spontaneous episode, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you for joining us today. I'm actually trying it without the script.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's see how well I'll do after half a bottle of wine as well. Thank you for joining us today, and talking and listening to our plant-loving shenanigans. I don't know if I'm doing it right.
If you would like to support our podcast, please do share and subscribe and spread the word.
We've gained a few more subscribers last weekend. Thank you, Sasha, for all your lovely posts on Instagram.
I mean,
and thank you for everyone following.
Honestly, episode 15 was just such a spot for all the pictures because all the aeroids are the poisonous plants. So it's like, yes, and they are all spectacular looking plants, so it's quite easy to cover that.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to support, please share, subscribe, and we actually have a Facebook page now as well if you're a bit of an oldie but goodie.
Yeah, we'll try to. Well, the only thing you can't share reels to Facebook. You can only share pictures. But yeah, but I mean, yeah, if you feel like following us there, do that, please. And so feel free to follow us, and don't forget to spread the word.
Keep it green and keep it tipsy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sasha's out. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Okay, bye.